But speaking about sports media, what were your thoughts about Molly Qerim's departure from ESPN?
That was very, very suddenly, I will say. I did not expect that at all. Um, Regardless of some, she would interrupt the commentators at times and have her own little soliloquies that she likes to go on. But at the same time, I liked her on the show, man. I know a lot of hardcore sports fans didn't like Molly, but I like Molly. I like Molly. But I didn't have anything against her. She, you know, for the most part, there were some things that she said that was outrageous, but for the most part, she knew what she was talking about for the most part. But I didn't have anything against her being on the show, man. She was on there for 10 years for a reason. Plus, she's a pretty lady. So I didn't have a problem with her being on the show, man. It was suddenly the way she left. I mean, it was so subtly because it would have been different if it was a lot of controversy going on, a lot of different things that was going on at a certain point. It would have been different if that was going on and we knew some things were going on behind the scenes, but it wasn't. And that's why it's so shocking at this point in time. So, man, big ups to Molly, man. Hey, having to deal with Stephen A for 10 years is not an easy task. It's not an easy task. I mean, especially when you've lived through a lot of co-hosts and things of that nature. So it's not an easy task. So for you to deal with that for 10 whole years and Stephen A spoke very, very glowingly about it too. Everybody spoke very, very glowingly about it. For you to deal with that for 10 years and not, cough up a hairball is nothing short of amazing. But Molly, I miss seeing you on TV, man. I'm hoping that you find your podcast, your niche very, very soon. And look, like I said, I know a lot of hardcore sports fan didn't used to like her, but like I said, I'm very, very lighthearted. And look, I'm willing to hear anybody out, almost anybody out. So yeah, I'm gonna miss Molly on the show.
Champ, I'm conflicted because I gotta be honest with you, man. I'm not the biggest Molly Qerim fan in the world. Now I'm being honest.
At least you're honest about it, and I'm glad you're honest about it. Because, like I said, you're not the first person I heard say that, man. A lot of the internet is a cruel place, and they didn't like her on the show. So,
No, I mean I just didn't like Molly Qerim as a moderator. I thought at times she was too loud, annoying, and interruptive. And I thought there were times she was reaching, particularly the Ezekiel Elliott situation. Remember when Ezekiel Elliott was suspended for 6 games for domestic violence?
mm-hmm.
And remember, if you go back and if you watch YouTube, some of the things Molly Qerim said, I felt like to me she was jumping to conclusions without knowing all the facts and details. And I thought that was irresponsible on her part as a reporter, as a journalist, or someone in the media. And that has been my issue with Molly Qerim. And for those who may say that I'm being rude, disrespectful, unfair, I've seen other female moderators who have done a better job on ESPN and Fox Sports. Joy Taylor, although she's viewed negatively because of the accusations, which led to her departure from Fox Sports, but when Undisputed launched, I thought she did a good enough job as the moderator dealing with personalities just as Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp. I also saw Jenny Taft, who took over for Joy Taylor on Undisputed. I also saw Ross Golden-Wunde, who I like a lot, as well as you do, champ. There were times in which Molly Qerim was not there. She had days off. Ross Golden-Wunde stepped in. Antonita Collins, Monica Coleman. I've seen a lot of other women. Monica McNutt. I've seen a lot of other women who've done a better job than Molly Qerim. As a moderator, I'm just no fan of Molly Qerim because I always thought she was loud, annoying, and interruptive. And for those who may think I'm being unfair or even going as far as calling me a sexist or a misogynist, go look at all the videos on YouTube. There's compilation videos of Molly Qerim being the things that I just described. And just see it for yourself. Take the time to watch it for yourself. And if you think I'm still wrong, then I don't know what else to tell you. Now, As far as her career, I do think her having her own show, that would be best for her. She can have her own podcast, her own platform to talk about whatever she wants to talk about. I just think it was time for a new change on First Take with the moderator, because to me, it seemed like Molly Karam wanted to be both the moderator and the debater. For whatever reason, why she left, who knows? I mean, this is what she said in her on her Instagram page. Quote, after much reflection, I've decided it's time to close this incredible chapter and step away from First Take. Hosting this show has been one of the greatest honors of my career. Every morning, I had the privilege of sharing the desk with some of the most brilliant, passionate, and entertaining voices in sports, and with all of you, the best fans in the world. I'm so grateful for what this journey has given me: lifelong friendships, unforgettable memories, and the chance to be a part of something truly special. Now, who's going to be the replacement for First Take? Could it be Peter Schrager, who works with ESPN? Now, he and Ryan Clark, they had their situation on Get Up this morning. So I don't know how is that going to work between Peter Schrager and Ryan Clark, because Ryan Clark does go on First Take, gives his analysis regarding football. Could it be Joy Taylor? I don't know if Joy Taylor is going to be on ESPN, because if you had to leave Fox Sports, how the hell are you going to get to ESPN given what you were accused of, given the lawsuit? So I find it hard to believe Joy Taylor working at ESPN, because look, they let go of Shannon Sharp, and he settled. Keep in mind, he settled. Now, we don't know whether he's innocent or guilty, but he settled. Champ, you and I, we agreed. Had it not been for a settlement, if he was completely exonerated, Shannon Sharp would still be with ESPN. Now Cam Newton is replacing him. You saw the situation, and plus, ESPN, I don't know they're going to bring back Joy. I mean, you've seen some of the other controversies that they've had. Remember Paul Pierce and what led to his departure of ESPN?
Yeah,
So,
I mean, a lot. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see. I mean, you can always bring back Kerry Champion. Kerry Champion was one of the
or Jamel Hill.
Yeah, one of the. I don't think they would bring back Jamel Hill, because they had to pay a settlement to her as well. But I'll say this: I think Kerry Champion will be a great moderator. She was a great moderator when Cold Pizza and First Take was on. So yeah. It's gonna be difficult, but I mean, hey man, with all the talent that you have around that news station, man, you gonna find somebody. You gonna find somebody. I mean, hey man, look, man, y'all looking for a moderator? Look no further than to my left. Look no further than to my left, man. Hey, I'm just saying, look no further than to my left, man. Dude.
I'd be high as a kite. I'd be high as a kite to be doing that stuff.
God damn.
I'd be high as a kite.
In the morning.
I need alcohol. I need Xanax. I don't know how I'm gonna handle that debate desk. That's gonna be a shit of work for PSP to handle, to deal with personalities like Stephen A. And plus, I gotta listen to Kendrick Perkins give lousy basketball takes.
Oh, look, let me break something down. I think that especially that lousy lackluster take that he gave on the MVP voter, bruh. You had to be freebasing that morning. You had to be freebasing that morning. You had to be freebasing that morning. For you to let something that irresponsible come out of your mouth, Kendrick Perkins, about the NBA voters, you had to be freebasing that morning. What were you thinking, my friend?
I don't know. He probably had to all night clubbing. And that's all I can say. He had to be doing something, but again, I told you. I mean, I don't know if I want to be on that debate desk. I mean, Charles Barkley doesn't even want to work at ESPN. What makes you think I would want to work there?
Well, man, they pay me enough money. I go ahead and go. I'll take a dip from the computer world and go deal with Stephen A. Like, hell, I fought 2 wars. I know I can deal with Stephen A. I fought 2 wars. I can deal with Stephen A. Hey, look, man, I have a mentality. But I'm doing a job. Long as that check clear, I'm clear. When that check stop, I stop. So long
I'll
as
give
that
you that though. Okay, money. Obviously the money and obviously the platform. But man, I'd be high as a kite. I'm gonna need tons of alcohol and caffeine to get me going through the day, dealing with Stephen A. and dealing with Mad Dog Russo, and then dealing with Kendrick Perkins, because
I mean, like I said, man, they pay me enough money, I can go ahead and I can deal with it. And man, look,
no, I'll tell you which podcast I want to work at.
always good to be on.
Michelle
Always.
Obama's.
Okay, that's nice.
I don't mind working. Look, the first lady.
That's intimidating right there, man. She's an Ivy Leaguer and everything, man. That's intimidating.
But Michelle Obama is welcoming.
Yeah, she is. But like I said, I'm not gonna lie, I couldn't be on her podcast, man. I'd be so busy fanboying, man. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, like I said, and that's not because I would have a crush on her or anything like that. That's the first lady.
Mm-hmm.
That's the first lady. So, I mean,
said you should never work with Stephen A. Smith because he's trying to get himself from politics. Well, he is trying to run. He's thought about becoming president. I don't know if I would give him my vote.
I wouldn't vote for his ass for the PTA meeting, much less for the president. I wouldn't vote for him for PTA for the president of the damn PTA, much less for the damn president of the United States. I don't know. Look, not to get political, leave the politics as far as major politics. We all have our political opinions and stuff like that, but leave these offices to the politicians. Let's make politics politicians politic again. Not none of this celebrity stuff where you just want to haul your behind up there because you have a powerful opinion. I don't need because the thing is, when you're the president, you in charge of the army. I want somebody who know what the blank they doing when they dealing with the army and dealing with guys, dealing with one of my guys. I used to be in the army, so that's the thing. Politics brings a lot of power. You're the president. You in charge. You're the commander in chief. You're in charge of that army. So I don't think I would trust Stephen A. with the army because he's too damn overly emotional for me. Let's make politics look. I admire anybody's opinion on politics because number one, it takes a hell of a lot to step out because it's going to be politics are not like sports. Sports, in my humble opinion, as long as you're right on the money with what you're talking about, nobody can argue with you. But when it comes to, they might want to argue with you as far as sports is concerned, but they can't as long as your facts are on point. But in politics, human emotion gets way too involved. That's how come I don't mess with politics.
Well, that's because you don't want to end up having the same situation like Jimmy Kimmel.
I wish you wouldn't have brought that up, but yeah, I ain't trying to lose. I ain't trying to lose my job, but yeah, I ain't trying to lose my job, man. And look, in the great words from someone famous, it ain't worth losing my job over because I want to voice my opinion. And my thing is, at least, look, I'm not saying that you shouldn't voice your opinion. I'm not. But you got to read the room in certain situations, man. You got to read the room. Sometimes, look, I will never tell anybody to shut up and dribble or shut up and do your thing. I'm never going to tell nobody to do something like that. But at the same time, you have to read the room and know when it's the appropriate time in order to say something. You got to read the room because if I'm in the middle of a funeral, do you think that is the time in order to tell jokes about farts? No, that's not. So you got to read the room on certain things. It's a time and a place for every little thing. Like I said, I would never tell anybody not to voice their opinion. At the same time, you have to know the audience that you are. You got to know who's watching you, and you got to read the room. And if certain things are happening to us regular folks, then you got to think about what your platform is. Because people on the internet was getting doxxed. And people on the internet were losing their jobs. And people on the internet, things were happening to them. Their address was getting leaked and stuff like that. and you're a high platform guy. I think that's a big risk in order to take. So yeah, you got to think about what people was doing during that time. It's like, okay,
But
now it's
with the
not the
money,
time.
with the money that he's making,
With the
he
money that he's making, he got room for error. But at the same time, like I said, I'm going to read that room. You have to read that room very, very carefully because, hey, if everybody else is getting doxxed, then guess what? They looking for you at this point to wipe your ass sideways before they dox you.
I know
Luckily,
that. I know.
luckily he has a lawsuit in order to get his job back, but people have been canceled for less, way less.
I
So
know
all
that. But at the same time, ESPN they play at fault. You enabled this as well. You gave him that big time contract. He's making nearly 40 million per year. And plus, let's not forget the 3 years Sirius XM contract, 12 million annual salary. So that's 3 year, 36 million.
yeah, but the thing is this. Look, I'm not going to vote for an entertainment personality. I didn't vote for the I didn't vote for another entertainment personality. I'm not going to vote for another. Regardless, I loved uh, the president as far as Barack was concerned, but he was a true politician. He was a true politician. I'm not voting for celebrity personalities. I'm just not doing it. Celebrity personality. Let's not let look. Let's not let the presidency become a joke. All right.
It's too late. Oh, it's too late for that
Never
now.
mind. Never mind.
It's too late. It's too late.
Never mind. Let's not let the presidency become more of a joke. I mean, let's not let the presidency become a joke for an ongoing joke for what I mean by a joke. Let's not let it become an ongoing joke for just for celebrities to get into the business and say, I'm a popular celebrity. Let me run for president. Let's not do that. That's the wrong button to press because you have to deal with these world leaders who is going to be they have been doing this for years. So let's not let the presidency become a model for celebrities to walk onto a stepping stone and say, I'm going to run for president now since I'm the most known media personality there is. Let's not do that. That's something that will really, because at the end of the day, the presidency is all about respectability. It's all about respectability. And when you are respected and when people listen to you, that's the thing. And I don't really think that guys, the chief of staffs and the lieutenants and the officers and all of that in the White House would listen to Stephen A. Smith. I really don't. I don't.
I don't think he would resonate with them.
No. The
But
chief of staff, the commandant, the general of the army, the navy, the admiral, I don't think he would resonate with them. I mean,
you already dealing with one celebrity. Why deal with another?
Yeah, putting it nicely, yes. You're dealing with one celebrity. Let's not deal with another. I mean, let's not, like I said, let's not, because hell, if you let another celebrity win and they win that one, then the next thing, damn content creator, we gonna be able to run for president. I'm gonna run for president. Like,
No, I'm good.
no,
I'm good.
no. I mean, look, no, I'm not gonna be the president because America, you do not want me as your president. I'm telling you not to vote for me.
But you could be a pastor.
No, I'm no angel. So yeah, so I'm no angel. So no, I'm no angel. I try to follow God as best I can, but I'm no angel, man. I have flaws, glaring flaws. They just don't see it on television. but but they just don't. Y'all just don't see them on television. So, which is good. I want y'all to see the good side, not the bad side.